involves MJF and his conversation about saying it's a smart business by WWE to run against AEW. So, as of this recording, All In already happened. Saturday night's main event happened. Evolution is about to finish. And basically, for All Elite Wrestling, they held, I think it was their biggest event in North American history with All In.
Yeah.
They did Wembley, but like this All in Arlington, Texas, I think was their biggest event on U.S. soil, which is very impressive.
Mhm.
And this entire past weekend was chock full of wrestling. Like there was this one person who had like was it Ralph eating the slime or gruel or whatever it was? Well, there was this gruel, and that was basically wrestling fans this weekend because you had All In on Saturday. You also had NXT Great American Bash on Saturday, and then on Sunday you had WWE Evolution. So it's chock full of wrestling. Oh, also, did I say Saturday night's main event? I mean, it like Saturday was huge with wrestling events. I mean, there was like no room to breathe. So MJF spoke to Scott Fishman of TV Insider, and he gave his thoughts of WWE basically running it up against AEW All In, and this is what he said. He said, "You mean shows that are running at the exact same time as us, even though they claim we're not competition? How do I feel about it? I think it's a smart business practice. I give jolly old Saint Nick and Trips a whole lot of credit. At the end of the day, if you can stomp out your competition, you're doing what is necessary. Lord knows I would. Everyone is judging them for it. I think that's silly. Don't judge them for it, but also don't be stupid. They're not doing this by happenstance. This isn't circumstantial. None of it is. I agree. The difference between me and everyone else, though, everyone else is, even though I know that, I'm not going to pretend that is not the truth or going to stand here and pretend that's not an incredibly intelligent thing to do. I would stomp on anyone's neck if it meant I would get ahead. I've done it a million times in my career. That's my thoughts on that. So, I mean, I don't think anyone is stupid. I think they knew that AEW was going to make this event, and WWE plans out their calendar too. They know when AEW is happening. They want to stack up that entire weekend with shows. And I don't think it's happenstance either. I think they just wanted to try and prove a point, you know. But MJF called WWE's decision to run shows against AEW All In smart business. Do you guys agree? Do you feel like, is this competition or sabotage, or if it's just, or is it just the nature of the wrestling industry? Chris, what do you think?
I mean, it's definitely it's either bullying, like they're like, oh, well, we're just gonna do this counter programming thing, or they legitimately see them as some kind of a competition thing, so they feel like they need to do counter booking or whatever. But it's definitely deliberate. That we can say that it's not like, oh, we're just gonna put it, pay-per-views or whatever on a Saturday, and we had no idea that AEW had their biggest pay-per-view on the same day or whatever, right?
Yeah, I didn't know. What a coinkydink.
What's in AEW? Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just for the record, I mean, I think All In blows like blew Saturday Night Main Event away, because that was super whatever,
I mean,
super meh.
To be fair, I hope so, because All In is their WrestleMania, so it shouldn't. I don't think Saturday Night's Main Event was. I mean, like, it's also a smaller show too. For one, they have like 3 or 4 matches, and All In had like 10, 8, 10, something like that. I mean, it was a bigger show.
Shoot, I'd go a
Bigger
step further
matches.
and say it was better than WrestleMania. God damn it! For
41.
sure.
Better than this year's.
Yeah,
It was
I would
better than
agree.
41.
Yeah.
I agree. It was better than 41. I watched it. As of this recording, I watched it the day after. And yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I skipped 0 Hour, but I watched most of the actual show, and I mean, each match got like, because like even in Evolution, they get like 15, 20 minutes. Some of these matches in LN got like 30, 40 minutes, you know. for matches. And Chris, you were saying in the chat, like you never got bored because like if you click on the AEW streaming link, that shit says like 8 hours and 30 minutes for streaming. Now I'm sure
It's a
some of it was a
workday.
little bit of pre-show and there was a decent chunk of 0 hour, but even if you shave that off, I think it's still like 6.5 hours of content.
It beat
yeah.
Mania 35 as longest pay-per-view.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man. So I'll say this. I think my critique is still like, okay, so it didn't feel like that. And if you can pull off a show like that in 6.5 hours and you can keep me interested, great. But I still prefer if it was if you divvied it up. And I don't know if AEW will ever be like, hey, AEW All In night 1, night 2. I don't know if they have. Maybe they do. Maybe people will pay to go both nights, but I still prefer splitting up a giant match like that for 2 nights personally. But I mean, they did it this year, and I'm pretty sure they also did it last year because last year didn't feel as long either, and the length was pretty similar. But David, I guess let me shift it over to you. Do you feel like this is smart business from WWE's perspective? Do you feel like it's competition? Is it sabotage? Is it just the nature of the wrestling industry? What do you think?
I think it's just the nature of it. Because, I mean, most of the time, AEW is really going against NXT.
Right.
Yep. And that's good for NXT. That's good for them to, like
You're
if
talking
you
about
ever...
their PLEs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you ever watch, like, a lot of, like, Monday Night War stuff, it's always like, oh, we had the other stuff on to fuel us to go out there and do better and things like that. So
Right.
I think from that aspect, it's fine. And I think if AEW is going to do an afternoon show and hit it out the park, and then you're going to put on AdFest Saturday night's main event, then it's like that's just what you want to do. I hope. Like, I didn't get to watch Great American Bash, and I hope it wasn't that infested with ads.
Yeah. I mean, for Great American Bash, I mean, I want to also preface this is that Saturday night's main event is a show on like Channel 5 on NBC. So it's different from like a thing you pay for or a PLE that you pay for on Peacock. You know, they'll
Right.
still have like their sponsored stuff, but the reason that Saturday night's main event had all those ads
Oh
is
no,
because
that was terrible. Like the NFL and NBA don't even have it that bad.
yeah, I mean, but
Okay.
yes, to your point, the amount of commercials in between, and also
Yeah.
like during that Goldberg match, and also, and again, like we made this meme on a social media channel, but like Goldberg was having his like farewell retirement speech, and then that gets cut off by I don't know, fucking Wegovy or Domino's or some shit like that, you know?
Like
So
mid speech, and I don't even think it went
yeah,
back, or
he
maybe it
barely
did.
started his speech and then it cut off. But yeah, I think they went back, but then it also didn't like you didn't get the entire speech day, so that sucked.
But yeah,
Especially yeah, go ahead.
hold on. I haven't got to watch Great American Bash yet, but I think it's fine because there are people that are invested in NXT that won't watch AEW.
All right.
I'm gonna watch AEW every time they're against NXT.
I mean, like you know, with
Like,
All In,
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
like for me, like my constant issue is the sheer amount of wrestling that happens. I do also having a main job and doing all like and just having enough time in the day to watch all the wrestling content. Like for me, it's impossible. Or it's possible, but there are certain aspects of my life that would be diminished if I just focus on wrestling every single day because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if you want to watch it all, you need a lot of time to dedicate, you know. So I try to focus, and I've said this before, I do Raw, I do Dynamite, I do SmackDown. I catch Collision highlights. I don't watch Collision live. I catch Collision highlights on YouTube, and then that's it. And then there's the PLEs and that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah. So Andres, What do you think? Same question as the other two. So he said this is smart business. Do you agree? Do you feel like it's competition or sabotage? Do you feel like it's just the nature of the wrestling industry?
I feel like it's competition. I mean, I do think WCW kind of did the same thing too, right? With WWF in those days, right? And they kind of have some shows
They've
like
all
Cross.
done it to each other.
Yeah,
they've
I
all
think
done
it's a
it.
good. Yeah, I think it's a good thing for business, but it's also a rivalry thing kind of thing. Yeah, it's a bit overwhelming because I think even versus those days, we have a lot more wrestling now on TV, but
Oh yeah,
a lot more, like double, literally. So
100%.
I do think it's a smart practice. I think it kind of inclines people more to pick now where they want to put their viewership and their money and stuff.
Mhm.
So granted, both companies like I think they're both doing pretty well. AEW I think is getting stronger too a little bit. They kind of had like a slope, but I think they're kind of on the up and up. And I think even regardless if they're going head to head with WWE, they're still they're still producing good shows and still getting good viewership. And they had the biggest turnout of All In ever. So far it's good. I definitely think as a business practice though, yeah, it's just the nature of the beast too at the same time.
Yeah. I will note that this is the biggest American soil audience because Wembley was like what 50,000. It was like double.
70?
But huh?
Yeah, like
Wasn't it like 70?
whatever the
Maybe.
tattoo was on Will Ospreay's leg.
Yeah, someone
Yeah,
pulled
whatever
up Will
Osprey's
Ospreay's
tramp
tattoo.
stamp says.
It was the
Yeah.
bloated
Pretty
number though. I think it was like 80,000 something or something like that. But it was actually 70.
Yeah, so he got that tattoo. But yeah, this is the biggest like American. I don't even know what they're. Maybe it was like 26, 27,000, something like
Yeah,
that.
it does, man. Something like that.
But I mean that's like great numbers. Like in the United States, like we've had these conversations about finishing audiences and how they had bigger arenas and things like that, and tarped off because Tony Khan wanted to still book the arena, but he couldn't fill the thing, and then they moved to smaller arenas, and I did think it helped. But like having this like giant show with all those people in there, because like this All In basically felt like a classic WrestleMania 17 or 18, where they did have around that many people. Um, and yeah, I mean, the show was great. Like it was 6.5 hours long, but it didn't feel. And for my own opinion, I do think that it is smart business because I think we all agree, like competition is good, and I think it's fun to compare to Jab, to have like some friendly rivalry, because we all like seeing wrestlers jump from one brand to the other. Like I thought it was cool that Mariah May, went to NXT. It's cool to see that kind of stuff, and it's cool to see like vice versa, like a CM Punk or somebody else go to AEW, or John Moxley, like people that you see on WWE TV, and now all of a sudden they're in a new environment, holding a microphone with a different initials on it. Cool, it's interesting. It keeps things fresh. So I'll ask one more question when it comes to this story, and then we can move on. So do you feel like, so we say it's friendly competition and we think it's good. Do you feel like, should AEW feel threatened by WWE stacking the weekend with like NXT and these kind of shows, or does this move? Do you feel like it validates AEW and their growth as legitimate competition? I guess anyone can.
I'd say it should be a compliment to them. I would say it's something that it legitimizes them. I would say more so because WWE feels like they need to do some kind of a counter booking thing. So it's an acknowledgement. So I would say yeah, it's like a badge of honor, I would say.
Yeah.
Real quick, is your camera frozen again?
Yes, your camera did freeze. Yes.
All right, hold on.
It's okay. David, did you have any thoughts on that question? Do you feel like this, they should be threatened by WWE stacking this weekend, or do you feel like it validates them as a company?
I think it validates them, and also like for all of them, it's like it's really a good move because nowadays it's like if you're gonna watch a pay-per-view or something like, or PLE, like most people request the day off, so they're gonna be sitting there watching wrestling anyway.
Right. I
I
agree.
think so yeah, I think it just works out for them. It's not like they're running all in across the street from, SummerSlam or anything crazy like that.
Yeah, or like a Tank showing up to WCW down the street because
Right.
they had a show the same day in the same city. Honestly, I feel like they should do that. I would like one. No, do it more than once, but I'd like for them to just like have booking just land in the same city. Because WWE will, let's say WWE gets Allstate Arena, and then AEW gets the Aragon Ballroom again. Because I don't think they could do United Center again.
Now
They could
Arena.
do now
Or no, Wintrust. Sorry, the Wintrust Arena, or the Now Arena. Yeah,
or the
whichever.
Wintrust. Yeah.
But I guess I honestly don't know, like, if we look back at that like Monday Night Wars episode with the Tank, we don't know like how far those arenas were from each other, right? Because it's like if you take a Tank from like from Rosemont to like downtown Chicago, you're gonna have like an hour and a half drive in rush hour. But I guess, I mean, that's what vignettes are for, and segments and camera work. So you can make it work, but that'd be cool. I would want to see that. I would definitely want them to do something similar. But as long as Tony Khan has money, I want him to keep making wrestling, and he put on a wonderful show. I just want that now to be reflected also in the day-to-day. And WWE, I feel like for me, it's the programming is good, but it's not like knock your socks off great. So there's nothing wrong with being solid all the time, but I think there is a difference in build-up, and I hope it's like the middle of July right now, and they literally have like 3 weeks before SummerSlam to build up their 2-night match card. This is the first year that they're doing a 2-night SummerSlam, so I'm really curious to see what that looks like. But yes, please, more competition. Give me more competition. But with that, we can move on.